All right, let's dive into the history and really the incredible impact of a true giant in biological science, UniProt. Have you ever wondered how scientists possibly make sense of the millions and millions of proteins that basically run everything in our bodies? Well, UniProt is the answer. So let's get into it. So, what exactly is UniProt? Simply put, it's the world's most comprehensive, centralized library for all things protein. You can think of it as the ultimate one-stop shop. It was designed to take this huge, sprawling universe of protein data and pull it all into one single, searchable place. But here's the thing, UniProt is so much more than just a big list. It's this incredibly sophisticated engine that pulls together knowledge from all over the place. It takes information that experts have carefully curated from scientific papers, and it merges that with computational predictions and raw experimental data. It then weaves all of this together, the sequences, the functions, the annotations, to give you this complete, multi-layered picture of every single protein. Those functional annotations, for example, they're kind of like a protein's resume, telling us exactly what it does and where it does its job inside a cell. Now, to really appreciate just how game-changing UniProt is, we've got to jump in a time machine and go back a bit. Because before 2002, the world of biology data was, well, it was kind of a mess. Seriously, before UniProt came along, the whole landscape of protein information was this chaotic maze. If you were a researcher, you'd have to go hunting through dozens of different disconnected databases, and each one had its own weird format and its own focus. This wasn't just annoying, it was actively slowing down the pace of science. But out of all that chaos, an incredibly elegant solution started to form. This was the moment of the Great Unification. This monumental effort to build a single global resource for everything we know about proteins. And it all came together in 2002 with a truly landmark merger. Three of the world's absolute top protein databases decided to combine their strengths. You had SwissProt, which was famous for its incredibly detailed expert curation. You had Tremble, with its massive collection of computer-annotated sequences. And you had PIR, a true pioneer in protein databases from the very beginning. This incredible fusion is what created the UniProt that we know and use today. And the goal here was, it was just monumental. The idea was to unify decades of work from countless scientists all around the world into one single, coherent resource. This wasn't just about mashing data together, it was about combining the world's collective knowledge to supercharge discovery for everybody. Okay, so that's the origin story. But what about right now? How does this amazing, unified database actually power modern biology and drive new discoveries today? Well, to really get UniProt's unique role, it's helpful to see how it stacks up against other major databases. You've probably heard of GenBank, right? That's all about gene sequences, DNA and RNA. And PDB, that's the place for 3D structures. UniProt's specific job, its niche, is the protein itself, its sequence, its function, and this incredibly rich layer of annotation. It provides that crucial biological context that connects the genetic code to the physical structure. And this focus, it leads to some tangible, world-changing results. UniProt is a fundamental tool for researchers in the fight against cancer, in developing vaccines for viruses like COVID-19, and in the huge quest to discover new drugs. From understanding really rare diseases to tracing our own evolutionary history, UniProt's data is right there at the heart of it all. So here is the key takeaway. UniProt isn't just another database. It is the absolute backbone of modern bioinformatics. Countless computational tools, research projects, and new discoveries, so many of them rely on its stable, high-quality data just to work. But, an engine like this doesn't just run itself. Its success is this incredible story of ongoing, worldwide collaboration. UniProt is actively maintained and constantly being developed by an international group of leading scientific institutions. You have the European Bioinformatics Institute, the Swiss Institute of Bioinformatics, and the Protein Information Resource, all working together to make sure the database stays accurate, up-to-date, and totally free for everyone. And this whole collaboration is guided by 3 really core principles. First off, open access. UniProt is free for anyone, anywhere to use. No restrictions. Second, it's constantly updated, so researchers always have the absolute latest findings at their fingertips. And finally, it's deeply integrated, acting as this central hub that connects out to dozens of other key life science databases. And that brings us right back to that really powerful idea we started with. UniProt isn't just a database. It truly is the universal engine for protein knowledge. It drives discovery by giving the entire scientific community this solid, shared foundation of understanding to build upon. So that leaves us with one final, and I think really fascinating, question. With this unified engine at our fingertips, an engine built on decades of global collaboration, what are the next great biological mysteries we're going to solve? Curing genetic diseases, designing brand new proteins? The possibilities are quite literally endless.